This is our planet. There are 7.3 billion people living here. Throughout the world, humans drink 5.2 billion gallons of water a day and eat 21 billion pounds of food each day. Currently, there are more than 1 billion cows around the world who are being farmed for their meat or dairy production. Worldwide, cows drink 45 billion gallons of water and eat 135 billion pounds of food each day. So you may be wondering why there are so many cows in the livestock industry. There's approximately 1 cow for every 7 people on the planet. Since ancient times, cows have been bred to produce meat and dairy. Beef and veal are one of the most widely consumed meats around the globe. In 2016, the entire world consumed 130 billion pounds of beef. With a high demand for beef around the world, there must be a large supply to match it, thus explaining the large number of cows in the world agriculture system. Each cow produces 250 to 500 liters of methane per day depending on its diet. If multiplied by 1 billion, the approximate number of cattle in the world, it equals between 99 to 198 billion gallons of methane released per day. It is possible to reduce the amount of methane produced by cattle by feeding them diets high in carbohydrates. Less methane will be produced because of the grinding and pelleting of forages, which increases passage rate and reduces methane emitted by cows. Cows are ruminant animals, meaning they chew their cud and have 4 parts to their stomachs. One of the sections of their stomachs is called the rumen. This is where microbes break down the food into soluble products that can be utilized by the cow. When hydrogen gas and carbon dioxide react, they undergo a double exchange reaction and produce methane gas and water. This exothermic process is called enteric fermentation. 3,504 kilojoules are released into the environment as a result of this reaction, and it takes 3,342 kilojoules to activate this reaction. Methane gas has a lethal dose of 326 grams per cubic meter that is inhaled within a 2-hour period. For an average human, that means 23.2 grams in 2 hours. The methane gas that is a byproduct of this fermentation process is belched, exhaled, and expelled by the cow. The cattle industry is polluting our environment. Methane has a global warming potential 86 times that of carbon dioxide on a 20-year time frame. It is much more harmful to the environment, although it is less abundant in the atmosphere in comparison to carbon dioxide. The cattle industry is also harmful to the environment due to its great usage of water. Approximately 2,500 gallons of water are needed to produce a single pound of beef. Almost 900 gallons of water are needed for 1 pound of cheese, and 1,000 gallons of water are required to produce 1 gallon of milk. Most people are unaware that reducing their consumption of dairy and meat will reduce their usage of water more than anything. Animal agriculture, including cattle farming, greatly contributes to species extinction. By clearing forests and converting land to grow feed crops and for animal grazing, animals are losing their habitats. Predators and competition species are frequently targeted and hunted because of a perceived threat to livestock profits. The widespread use of pesticides, herbicides, and chemical fertilizers used in production of feed crops often interferes with the reproductive systems of animals and poison waterways. Take action on this issue by rethinking your meat and dairy consumption. Reflect on areas in your life where you can reduce your use. Each day, a person who eats a vegan diet saves 1,100 gallons of water, 45 pounds of grain, 30 square feet of forested land, 20 pounds of CO2 equivalent, and 1 animal's life. Switching to a largely plant-based diet will help this issue by decreasing the demand for cattle, thus lowering the number of cows in the livestock industry. In your daily life, we recommend trying to switch to using almond, cashew, rice, or soy milk. We recommend finding vegan or vegetarian recipes to cook with. Exploring different ways of modifying your favorite recipes will make the process more enjoyable. We also recommend watching the documentaries Cowspiracy and What the Health on Netflix to learn more.